Hi, my name is Paul Rucker. I'm a visionary artist who's got some art hanging up and for sale at the Eye of Horus. And I wanted to talk about this particular one here. This one's called Gremlin Fugue, which is a name that came to me after I finished it. I was offering it as an example of a frottage, which in art is a term for it. Basically, it's when you throw paint down on a surface and you tease images out of what you see. Most of the work that I had done previous to creating this in 2001 had been very conscious. In other words, the details of the composition had been very developed consciously ahead of time, which is very similar to a magical path working. But this is different. This was, I was given the advice to loosen up by one of the galleries that I was showing artwork at, so I decided to try it. And I'm actually really happy with it. I think it's a very successful early experiment. I was comparing this process of creating an image this way by not consciously knowing what you're going to have ahead of time, but just throwing the material down and seeing what comes out, to divination by ink blots or reading tea leaves. Because when you read tea leaves, you have a whole bunch of tea leaves in there, and you drink the tea, and then you look at the shapes that are made, and it's what the shapes themselves say to you. So in this particular case, that's how this painting came about. I saw the face of this creature, which I see as an earth elemental, which is one of the reasons why I called it a gremlin, almost immediately. And then around it, these shapes here, which look to me like currents or streams of pure earth energy vectors. It's to me, it's as if he is embedded in some kind of astral counterpart to the fertile interior earth, and also to the green productive land above, some sort of place where it's the pure energy of both interacting. You know, because there's shapes that resemble roots, but there's also shapes that resemble leaves and flowers, but none of it's fully articulated. It's suggested, you know. So your eye kind of goes in and you look at it, and there's even things that look almost like, you know, lightning's forking. The expression that I saw on his face as I began to develop it more was very dreamy. It reminded me very much of musicians entering a fugue state. You know, when they're so at one with the composition or the improvisation that they're doing, that they just enter it. The song plays the player, so to speak. That's kind of the state of consciousness that I imagine him to be in. Because if you look at his hands, it really is almost as if this is an instrument, like a harp, almost made out of just pure streams of living energy. So that's basically what came to me. And when I was done, I'm like, yeah, Gremlin Fugue, that's a good name. That kind of gets at it.